Hello everyone. Welcome to the new episode of Cybersecurity Awareness with S-3 Kumar. This new episode is all about digital forensics and incident response, which is also sometimes referred as DFIR. The guest today we have on our show is Mr. Santosh Khadsare sir, who is a highly qualified, experienced and a learned person in the domain of cybersecurity and specifically DFIR. He has been a part of many great institutions, some of them are Indian Army and certain. I hope this podcast brings value to you. I hope you enjoy it till the end. Thank you. Very good evening, sir.
Good evening, Yashashvi.
Uh,
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for coming to my podcast. You don't know me, but I have heard you once when I was a part of cybersecurity summer internship under Gurgaon Police. So that was the first time when I heard you and I learned about incident response and digital forensics and other things. So first of all, I was just going through the LinkedIn post and I saw that you retired today after 23 glorious years in Indian Army, sir. So, like, yes, sir, that's a very glorious job that you're doing. And so, for our listeners and viewers that will be watching us on YouTube or listening us on Spotify, this is just to let them know that you have enough contribution in the field of cyber security. Like whoever goes through your LinkedIn page, it is just a like never ending profile that we are going to see. So the as today itself, India is doing very good in information technology and considering specifically uh, cyber security also. But even today, India is being considered as a consumer for cyber security. It is not known for providing cyber security solutions or being a top notch player in cyber security, even though we have great personalities in India. So, sir, please tell us how your journey began in cybersecurity, how you did all the things, and how you made yourself such a pro in incident response and digital forensics. Sir, please let us know something about yourself.
Okay. Firstly, thanks for inviting me to speak and interact with you on this particular subject of cybersecurity, digital forensics, incident response. Let us put it under the umbrella of cybersecurity only as of now. So the journey started long back after I finished my engineering in the last century, that is 1999. When I joined the Defense Forces and I joined the Information Technology branch of the Army. And after that, initially there was nothing called cyber security as such, or it existed in the form of information technology in creation of networks, and security was usually a secondary, or it was not even considered at that moment of time, or not given the due importance. So my journey started long back in 1999 itself. After that, as many of us who are now in this particular, you can say, age, after two decades, we realized at that moment of time that this particular field is going to gain a lot of importance. So we started working in this particular direction, and I myself also started reading, doing some few courses at that moment of time. That time I realized that there's a new field called as digital forensics. So let's have a look at it. So once I went through one of those courses, I really liked that particular field because it was like a James Bond kind of a field, and everything inquisitive, something new to learn, challenging. So I thought, why not make a career in this? But by making a career in this, as I said, cybersecurity is very important because any field within the cyber you want to enter, you have to have the basic knowledge of, say, networks. Then you have to have the knowledge about other network devices, computers, IT, operating systems, cybersecurity. As I said, cybersecurity is an umbrella. And within that, there's a specialized field, like I just mentioned about digital forensics. Actually, digital forensics is a part of incident response. Whenever the cyber incident takes place, so one of the person who goes to the crime scene along with this incident response team is a digital forensics professional. So It is a part of incident response. That's why we say it's DFIR, digital forensics and incident response. But it has its own identity also because it is done separately also. Means as independent cases, you did not have to have an incident to do forensic. There may be many other, you can say, scenarios where you can do it. So to keep it short, the journey started that until now it's continuing, and still with same vigor and same passion, with everyday challenges. It's going on, and I hope it will continue for a much more longer time.
Surely, sir. Like, I am knowing people like you, professionals like you, like Amit Dubey sir, Rakshit Tandon sir, and many more, Nirali Bhatia ma'am. So you are the guys that also put that cyber security knowledge onto social medias like Facebook and LinkedIn specifically, like how certain things goes and how certain thing works. So for a layman perspective and for a school going student, for a teacher, because every people nowadays are having their own digital identity, they have their digital presence, they are all using mobile phones and laptops, so they all are vulnerable to many like things, many cyber crimes, many cyber bullying, etc. So for from a layman's perspective, what are certain things that we need to keep us in our mind while being online?
Okay, before I answer the online question, I would like to address the cyber security. What is cyber security? Everyone has his own definition, but they mean the same when they want to protect
Hmm.
themselves either online or offline or in the digital domain. See, when I want to explain cybersecurity, the first question which I ask is, what are you trying to protect? We are trying to protect data, or some call it information process data, right? The next question which comes to the mind is, where is that data oblique information? It is residing in the systems. You can access it with the application. You are addressing the operating systems. You are addressing the hardware. You are addressing the network. And so, see, in this bargain, you have addressed the data information system, application, operating system, network, and then we call it personal security or human beings. So, all cyber security umbrella covers all these particular aspects and even physical security. So, this is cyber security is a, you can say, as I mentioned, it's an umbrella, and every issue under this particular domain has to be addressed. Now, online is one of the most important issue because now everyone is connected, and especially in India, the internet connectivity and penetration is increasing, and we are having also cheap gadgets like mobiles. Every house you have more than, you can say, 2 to 3 devices, either in the form of laptops, mobiles, which we connect online to the internet, and we are interacting with different unknown identities. So online there are a lot of, once you are there, you are no more protected, or you are not secure. On the internet, you are a product, you are there to be sold. So your identity actually is means it's available to everyone in some form or the other. So protection of online, there are many, means people, many, you can say, issues which needs to be addressed. Firstly is being aware. Most of the people like Mr. Rakshit Tandon, Amit Dubey, you just mentioned few personalities and many more, are addressing those issue of addressing this awareness part of the issue. Like some people are addressing the awareness issues, some are addressing the technical issue, how you can protect yourself on the internet by having technical solutions like having antivirus, having some good systems in place. So means protection of online has various aspects. One is a person should himself be aware of what he is doing, what he should not be doing, because what I feel is, on the internet you're there, you don't know who's on the other side of the your laptop, right? For a girl, she may be thinking there's a boy. For a boy, he might be thinking it's a girl, but who knows, it may be a bot, not even a girl or a boy. So, and you're interacting with someone else, and with the technologies developing with such a rapid pace, you are actually facing, or you're going to face a lot of challenges. So online protection starts with your own awareness. Then with the you can say solutions available, like you can start with the, you can say, host-based solution like antivirus, firewalls in place. Then it will come to the solutions put in place by your, you can say, the entities, schools, colleges, offices, how they're protecting their network. So that itself will protect the network, or if you're accessing from within the network, and it goes on and on. So it's a very, you can say, I'll not call it lengthy, but it's there are a lot of stages or layers of protection which are required while you're on the internet. If you can
Right.
ask specific things, I can address them specifically.
Yes, sir. And that's why we have a quote in cyber security world that there are two kinds of people, one who have been hacked and the second who will be hacked. Right. So if you are online, you are no more protected. Right. And then coming to your profile, sir, you were also a part of certain like computer emergency response team of India, and you're a scientist there. So you played more part of forensics, right? So forensics is kind of a savior kind of thing, or you can say rolling back to what incident took place, right, sir? So please brief us something about forensics, like if a certain event or a certain hack has happened, like if I remember, Mumbai electricity shut was there, and ONGC something was there. So how to roll back to the event that took place? How to uh, roll back to the hack that has happened? So what role does the forensics play there, and how we like roll back to that event, like how things got done?
Okay, let me start with the definition of digital forensics in layman terms for a common man is that to produce evidence in the court of law. That means whatever investigation or analysis you do, it has to stand in the court of law. Means technically it has to be proved that this thing has happened. So what we are doing is we are recreating the crime scene in the digital domain. That is what we are doing when we are doing digital forensics as such. So in forensics, there are a lot of stages are there. There are many stages where we call them, you can say identification stage. Then we call them preservation stage, analysis stage. Then we have other stages like going to the court. So there are various stages, there are various frameworks which are there, and we go through those particular stages. Now, coming on to forensics, as I mentioned, it will be actually trace back of how this particular incident happened by making use of tools, technologies, and you can say the traces in the digital domain. So, any case, you mentioned a few, but any case, if it is there, we have to prove it, how it happened, who did it, when did it happen. So, we are answering many whys of within that particular, you can say, case. And we are assisting the police officer who is actually invested in the case to carry out the investigation smoothly. So, forensics or your report is just a part of the investigation which the IO or investigating officer is doing. So you are helping in solving the case by giving him all the technical assistance whatever is required. Firstly, what you are doing is you are actually using tools and techniques to and various procedures to find out bypass mechanisms, decrypt data, then analyze data, make some sense out of it, interpret it, what we call, and give it in a readable form or in an understandable form to the investigating officer. So that's what you are helping them to do, and that's what your job is. Now, in forensics, you cannot say who did it, right? Because you don't know who used that machine. So you can only put a statement of fact if this happened, but who did it, that is the job of the investigating officer. So it's a very, I'll put it a very, you require passion and patience to actually continue in this field. And a lot of students, a lot of budding professionals are now trying to make this as their career option, which is very nice thing to know.
Yes, sir, correct. And like digital footprints is what matters in forensics, right? We trace back the digital footprints that has been left. So sir, I'll tell you something, I'll share something about myself. I used to do bug hunting 2 years back from now, and I was quite consistent in that. But later, in the first lockdown happened, I had a psychology that I have many time, and I can do that bug hunting whenever I want. And 3 months passed, and I didn't hack any machine on the like online websites. We have online application where we can practice our cyber security skills, and 3 months passed and I didn't do anything. So you are also in this field, and it's been a quite long time, and I hope that it goes on and on and on. So what makes you stay consistent to this field? What makes you stay motivated?
Okay, there are different reasons at different stages in life. Initially, when we started being a new field, a passion, something very new thing to do, challenging, so that kept you attached to that field. After a few years, when you're doing your job, the accountability, the responsibility towards the organization you're working for, that keeps you attached, and you go on, and that remains on. A stage comes when you are senior enough, when you see a lot of budding people like you, students like you are mentoring them, they are doing well, you feel that you should, as a nation we should grow, and you are at a position where you can contribute or pay back, what we call. So that also keeps you motivating. At this moment of time, what is keeping me motivating is that, as I said, this is every day something new is happening. Plus, there are so many people now, they are connected to this field in some form or the other, whether it is cybersecurity or any vertical within the cybersecurity or forensics as a niche field. So there, so you feel okay. There's much more to do in your own capacity. But as I said again, at a stage, at this stage, I will not be looking. I'm not looking at what means doing some like hands-on or something. At this stage, I want to mentor people. I want more people to come into this field, make this as a career option. So that is giving me more. If many of the people come, they interact with me on a daily basis, they ask me questions, I feel happy, and I feel that I'm contributing towards the growth of the nation. So so as I said, it's at every stage. It
Mhm.
differs. What the motivation means you're going to get from a particular thing. It differs.
Okay, sir. And so what I'm gonna ask you next is, you would be facing the same thing, because I am a part of a training company where we used to give trainings on ethical hacking, cyber security, and other courses. So I made a page for that on Instagram, and it got reached to 300 plus followers. And on the daily basis, I used to get message. Even today, I got a message that, Bhaiya, can we hack a girl's Instagram account without even letting her know that his account has been compromised? Or can we know someone's phone number, location, where he is right now? And can we send some anonymous mail and can't be traced back? So I know the backend technology behind it. Once you have done anything online, you can be traced back. Okay. So what's your input on that? So if we do anything digitally online, is it possible? Is there anything in the forensics that we should be having fear of?
Of course, you should have a fear of forensics because anything you do digital means that it doesn't get wiped out. Well, let me tell you a simple example. If you create one digital document on your computer, at least more than 30 places its imprint is there even after deletion. So I will not speak more because I will not. I would like to be like there to be a deterrent because you cannot do wrong things on the internet, and that's a problem because of nowadays people want to do wrong things like stalking, or you can say some financial frauds, or just for easy money and for some personal gains as such. So people who are educated and people who spread awareness, they have to actually keep a watch on such kind of people, and we should not be assisting them but creating a fear that they should not be doing this such thing. Yes, and initially in few years before, people used to ask me also, but once I told them they will, I mean, they should not be asking such things and they will face the music, they have stopped asking because they know whom to ask and whom not to. So every one of us, as a you can say as a member of the society, should be doing good things, or you can say promoting good things, especially in the digital domain, and especially the youngsters. We should be telling because they are getting access to the internet, and that's the age where they want to do. You can say some things which may be wrong, which they may not be knowing. So that is there, and I feel it should we should stop it, and there should be a deterrent for that.
Correct, sir. So, in every episode of my podcast, I keep a center topic. So, in this podcast, I have centered a topic on email forensics. So, for example, sir, if I send you an email, be any kind of email, so what kind of information does it carry that I can be traced back from it?
See, as I said, if you have done something digitally, it carries impact. For example, even if you sent an email, the header itself has a lot of information: who the sender is, what is his email, sender IP, receiver IP, which path it has taken, which servers it has crossed, which nodes, what we call, which is a trespass. So it can be easily detected, and everything can be timestamping when it was sent, how it was sent, which time zone it was sent. So all these things can be easily mapped out, and individual can be, you can be found out. Or as I said, if not the individual, which machine from which it has originated, it can be found out. So if you see email analysis, mostly is done on the header analysis we carry out, and it is you people do use some techniques try to obfuscate some kind of data, but still there is something which leaves that trace on that. For example, if you're giving some attachment also, the attachment may have where it was created, how it was created, timestamping which was done, from the way you have put your signature, either digital signature or the type, or the email address from where it is created. That also gives a lot of thing. It may be, you can say, a disposable email address from where he has sent. Still, it can be tracked out which is a server which issued the disposable address, and who, because while taking the disposable address, some identity you have to still give, or if not, your machine identity is kept as the identity, and then a disposable email is issued to you. So you can easily identify the target, and the target, only you need the header of the victim's email, from email mailbox as such. So it's very identifiable, and I think no one should try that. This is now old trick, it can be easily caught.
Yes, sir. That means there's no option to take an exit without letting anyone know. Correct, sir. And
You can hide your tracks from your machine to others, but the content you are generating carries its own metadata, and it can be tracked out. So
right,
I'll keep
sir.
it short. I'll not like to complex it because it's a normal talk which we are having.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
So bottom line is key. It can be traced, and there are a lot of, you can say, pointers which are given from an email itself.
That's what all listeners need to know. Yes, sir. Because I am tired of saying that whatever you do online, you will be caught. So, any case study, sir, that you have been a part of, any case, if you can keep it short, if you can share it with us, that will be wonderful.
See, as you introduced me that I belong to I had belonged to a particular organization. I cannot discuss the case studies which have been done there, right? But personal, I can just tell you a case study of my personal, which is nothing related to that. So again, I'll tell you of a email case study only. Nowadays, in one of the cases, someone sent a threatening mail to a particular one of my friends. So and again, he did not know what to do. So there's few services which are available. If you reply back, and if you send a mail and someone just clicks on it, it sends back the IP location of that particular thing, their services. So a simple thing, I just asked him to just send an email with that particular service enabled, and as soon as that person just clicked on it, we were able to find out the location, and that person, now many of the people are not aware of this particular features and all, so they easily get caught in this particular issue. And I will not be discussing the important case studies,
No, that I
but
truly
someday when I interact with your, you can say, clientele, or your subscribers, someday, maybe in near future, if I have some good case studies, I will surely discuss.
yes, sir.
Wonderful. It's really, I feel very proud of you. The reason I come when students or people like us ask me to come and give a talk is I want to interact and see you grow. Do well in life. People like us will be really happy. Because having budding, you can say, entrepreneurs and professionals like you. So that's why we'd like to, as I said, we'd like to motivate you. So that's why I said yes to this. I should come and speak with you.
Yes, sir. But
And really wonderful. You're doing a wonderful job, and you should continue.
thank
Congratulations on being nominated.
so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And last year, when I heard you for the first time, I was a part of 100 students, and you were the one speaking out there. So when today I had sent you the invitation link for the meeting, I was very nervous. I was eating out of anxiety myself that how can I interact with you. But later on, the conversation went on and on. It was very wonderful to have you on this episode, sir. Thank you so much for coming.
Same here. Do well in life. Spread cybersecurity awareness. Uh, and what I will say means all the best for your near
Thank
future. Thank you
thank you
very
so
much.
much, sir. Any last words for our listeners? Any last words? What do you anything you want to say?
I would like to say we as a nation are developing. We have a future in cyber, in IT. We can produce a lot of professionals. Our prime minister is also saying that in next 5 years we will be providing skilled manpower in the cyber domain to the world. So this is the opportunity. You should just hook on to some of the field. If you cannot do, at least you can stop cyber crimes, give awareness. If you can't do that also, at least you can yourself be safe. That is the minimum you can do. And they should support people like you and others who are trying to energize and sanitize the environment in this particular field. I would like to tell them that uh, time is very precious. If something happens, it will be too late. So better wake up before something happens to you in this particular cyber.